Good morning, everybody. Hey, hi, it's Becky from Power Tools with Thread, and you are in our Stitchuation room. Thank you so much for joining me. I see everybody's here. We got lots of folks in the chat already this morning. Still cold everywhere, but it is great to see everybody here. It's January 17th, 2024. Oh, y'all, I got the age of my son wrong yesterday. I said he was 38. My brain hasn't switched to 2024 yet. He's 39. He corrected me last night. He's like, Mom, it's really bad is I only got the one. You think I could keep that straight? You guys are tilted. Hold on a second here. Let me fix this. There, that's a little better. So this is a Monday through Friday virtual stitching retreat where we stitch, we chat, we tidy UFOs, work on something, organize, purge. Great. You have sound? Good, Bernie. I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, I think you guys can hear me. I had it. It's supposed to get up to 70 tomorrow. Yay! But then we're going into a rainy, so it'll be cold and rainy all weekend, or I don't know. Anyway, still going to the coast tomorrow. Anyway, one of my viewers, Bonnie, and I are going to an RV resort on Friday. We are going to check the place out, see how many stitchers we can fit in the rally hall. And then hopefully next week, I have an announcement for you guys that we are going to have an RV stitching sew together later on this year. So I'm very excited. Oh, Karen says there's sausage, egg, and cheese casserole in the kitchen. We have a virtual kitchen. It's on the other side of the room. Wander over there. Everybody brings stuff to share. And there's always coffee. You can find some hot chocolate and maybe some juice as well. And you guys, that's just for fun. There's no other website you need to run to. Okay, that's just for fun. But everybody really enjoys that because when we go on retreats, that's what we do, right? If you've never been on a retreat and you get an opportunity to do one, give it a try. You'd really like it. So anyway, yeah, still nice and cold here this morning. So I had shown, let me see. I wanted to answer some questions from you guys. Tell you what I was working on. And if you are new here, okay, please let us know in the chat. Don't feel like that you don't know anybody and you're intimidated to say hi and pop in, because these people could pass each other side by side in a quilt store and not know that that's the person that they were chatting with in the chat in our Stitchuation room. So you have not missed anything on the camping retreat plans. No, ma'am, not at all. And I really like this place. It has cabins for those of you that don't have RVs or camping equipment. And we're also going to look and see if we can't make sure there's a hotel nearby. But, oh, Vicky's a first timer from Clearwater. Hi, Vicky. So glad you're here. Do I ever come to New Hampshire? Just get a dealer to invite me. Have them reach out to me. And hi, Natalie. Natalie's new from Western Iowa. Hi. It is so great to see. Second day, Cindy. Yay. So great to see you all. Okay. So somebody asked me yesterday, how do I keep track of all of my Villa Rosa Designs pattern cards? And that's these cute little 4x6 cards that you can find in quilt shops, or you can get them from villarosadesigns.com. And you can either get the physical card, or I love it that they have a virtual download. So you can download the pattern no matter where you are in the world. And that's great. It's villarosadesigns.com. And I'm holding up Candyland because I'm working on this pattern right now. But if you're a beginner quilter, these are a great way to start. I know there are a lot of you in here that are embroiderers, and you're thinking about dipping your toe into the quilting world. And I really want to encourage you to do that. You can find patterns like this. Check this out up real close. It's just straight stitches. See, we have no bias cuts at all. So it's really good there are a lot of patterns like this. And also, another thing that I love about Villa Rosa Designs patterns is that they have patterns that use a lot of pre-cuts. So, if you're like me and you don't know, you can't match fabrics, that's not my gift. I rely on other people for that. So, when I can't match fabrics, then I'll grab a pre-cut. And a pre-cut, the original pre-cut is a fat quarter, but then they've got like a package of 10-inch squares or a package of 5-inch squares or a package of roll of 2.5-inch strips. And those pre-cuts are, a designer will make like 10 to 15 or more patterns that go into a single line of fabric. And the pre-cut has a little bit of all of the pieces or most of the pieces of the line. So you know that everything's going to go together. And then all you got to do is grab yourself some coordinating fabric for background fabric or whatever, and you're off to the races. And it'll look great. So that's a really nice thing. If it wasn't, yes. Okay. So Betsy, that's where I'm going with this eventually. So, but we've got a lot of people here that are not quilters. And so, then, yeah, Carol says matching isn't her thing either. She asks her daughter. I rely on Valerie a lot for that. She's very good at that. So anyway, if you're new to quilting, highly recommend, give these a shot. They're like $2, maybe upwards of $2.50, depending on the store. And then it's got simple diagrams and instructions in the back. You just can't go wrong with these things. So how do I store them? So Villa Rosa Designs has a pattern club, and you get 5 patterns a month for $8.95, free shipping. That's a deal, okay? So $8.95 and you get 5. And then you can add on their table runner pattern. If they have one for that month, it's an extra $1.75. So that's still a great deal. So how do you keep track of these things? Well, I have linked below in the description box my resource for this. And I get these at Hobby Lobby. And this is not sponsored or anything, you guys, because Hobby Lobby doesn't have affiliates. So this is just a photo album that holds 12 by 12 pages. So it's one of the bigger photo albums, and it holds the 12 by 12s. And it's got a little thing on the back. Now I have 3 of these. Okay. And this one says yardage and 10-inch squares. So that means all of the Villa Rosa designs in this particular binder. And again, I've got 3 of them. I got another one for jelly rolls and panels, and another one, for fat quarters and charm packs. So this says fat 6 and fat 8s. So that's what so this has the patterns for the yardage. So inside, and I've linked to these specifically. Okay. Here are the pages. They've got you can get 6 4x6 cards on a single page. And I really like this. Okay. And on the inside, I don't put anything on the inside, so I can look at the back, and I can see what I need, how big it's going to be, and all of that. Okay. So this is where this is just how I store these. So you're not going to get ginormous quilts out of these patterns. These are great for lap quilts, baby quilts, wall hangings, table runners, all that kind of stuff. Like here's one, 44 by 55 and that kind of thing. So there's a million things you can do with these. I just absolutely love these. And again, I linked them below. Now, I didn't make this up myself. Down at Two Chicks Quilting, they have books with theirs in it that you can look through, and then that way you can just quickly peruse the patterns, see which ones you want, and then you can, then they have a big bundle of them in groups, so you can go pick one. But it's really, really a nice way to maintain. So, and then Villa Rosa Designs, shedding. Where'd my phone go? It's here somewhere. Villa Rosa Designs has an app. So this is really cool too. If you're in a quilt store somewhere and, or you wanting, you know, you see some fabric you absolutely love or something like that. You don't know what to do with it. Maybe you found a pre-cut. Let me just type it in. There it is. So Villa Rosa Designs has an app. You can get this on the Google Play or your app store for an iPhone. And then if you touch, so it's got rose cards and my lists. I'm going to touch rose cards. And let me clear my filter just to be sure I got it all. So when you touch rose cards, they come up. You've got an alphabetical choice if you know the name of the pattern, and you've got a filter right up here in the top. Okay. So this is cool. I want to know what to do. You know, let's say I have a layer cake or I have a panel. Okay. I've got a panel. I don't know what to do with it. So I'm going to put my glasses on so I can see. And I'm going to touch the filter. And when you get the filter, it has a project type. So look at that. So you can scroll up. You can see all the different, you can get it by pattern designer. Okay. This is cool. So now I'm going to touch fabric requirements. I'm going to touch panel. And now all of their patterns that use a panel come up and you can pick the one you want. Okay. Then you touch it and it gives you the fabric requirements. So that's cool. And then right now you can't buy it through the app, but you can go to villarosadesigns.com and you can buy it there. Okay. So yeah, to make their quilts larger, just add borders. Marge's got that right. So this is a lot of fun. These are great for you to be able to just, you know, I've got a charm pack. What am I going to do with this? Just hop on the app and just kind of scroll through and find something that you like. And it's great. You know, if you're into that kind of thing. So I'm definitely into that kind of thing. Well, Jackie just downloaded it. There you go. That's great. You bet. Yeah, that's a lot of fun. It's very handy in a store. You might see a huge line of fabric and you go, oh, I want to make something with that, but I don't know what. Well, Villa Rosa Designs gives you the idea. Yeah. Okay. Judy, I tend to jump in with both feet. Let's see. Yes, it does show the fabric requirements, Betsy. Learning Stitch Artist 2 is known for the holidays bench pillow too much. Yeah, you don't want to do that. Not yet. If that's your first time learning Stitch Artist 2, and the reason I say that, that's that one with the big red truck, right? That big red truck does not fit into the largest hoop on the market. So it has to be a split design. You've got to be able to split it. That's the only reason. Now, what you can do is you can sew that down manually, but it's kind of hard because it's got pieces behind it, you know, and it's got pieces that sit in front of it. So you've got to figure out when to stitch that down. Nancy made it this morning from shirts. Hi. She was like, I'm late yesterday. Oh, that's good. Jamie says the app prevents her from buying duplicate Villa Rosa patterns. That's great. Yeah, Avi's got it. She says it's like having a recipe card. That's right. It's great. I love these things. I've got them. SCANCUT. I've been a member of the Pattern Club now for years. I have so many. It's a sickness. I'm okay with it. All right. And then, so just a brief recap. Last week we finished, or Monday, finished the mini quilts from Kimberbell. This is Kimberbell's mini quilts for February. So if you want to join in, I've got links below to this. Okay, so you can get that done. And I found my January snowmies, so I can put it back. What I do with that? Oh, here it is. I wanted to show you guys how that triangle hanging sleeve works. How easy it is to work it. Hold on a second here. So here's the January one. We're not quite to Valentine's Day yet. So this was just to show how it looked when it was hanging. But on the back, I've got this there's a split. This wire hanger is also linked below in the description box. And thank you to whoever it was, whichever one of you it was, that told me to just use zip ties to hold this thing together because they fall apart. So this has a split in the middle right there. Okay. And I just slide on. So you take a 10-inch square and fold it into a triangle, and then fold it the triangle again. And you attach that into the binding, and then you just have one little point that you have to stitch. Okay. Yeah, this is brilliant, you guys. I learned this from Laura Koya on So Very Easy. And then you just have to pop this half of it over. Yeah, we're back to January. So that's awesome. These are fun. A lot of fun to do together. You're not late, Tina. You're fine. And then also on the 23rd of this month, we're going to stitch up the Double the Love table runner. Okay. So these are the blocks that I've got done so far. I'll have one applique left to do with you, and then we'll put them all together. So, and it'll be, have I made a decision about a Sunday live? Joyce, not yet. I'm going to be at the coast this weekend, and so I won't have all my goodies with me that have come in. So if I do one, I am going to do Sunday lives once a month. I am going to do them once a month. Yeah. The CDs are still on back order, Jackie. Okay. Thanks for letting me know that. Yep. Yeah, the Villa Rosa design. Oh, Pam says it. The app that may just get her going this year. You're always up to something. Don't tell me that. It's not like you don't do anything. Oh, you bought the patterns for the hearts with my link. Thank you. Okay, good. Anyway, so we're going to do that on the 23rd. So today I have a dental appointment at 10, but the rest of today, except for the dental appointment, is going to be stitching up, getting all those blocks together and everything. And then we'll spend some time on the 23rd. I think it's at 10 o'clock. And we'll stitch an applique block together, and then we'll put the whole 9 yards together and finish it up. So you guys can see how that's going. All right. And then Two Chicks Quilting has the kits for that. All right. So you can get the pattern from Sweet Pea, and you can get, there's a 13, and they'll probably have more of them in there today. If they didn't put more in yesterday, I knew they were going to, but it's a 13 fat quarter bundle that you can get for the super scrappy look that we're going to use in that. And just beautiful fabrics, you guys, just beautiful. And it comes with a piece for your borders and a piece for your backing. So you get everything that you need, which is great. You just have to provide the batting for it. Can your hoop blocks work in any embroidery machine? Oh, no, Sue. Really? UK denied access. Thank you for letting me know that. I will send them an email and get that straightened out, because it's Pat Fryer. She owns Villa Rosa Designs. It's her daughter. She lives in Austin, Texas, and she manages the app. So I will shoot her an email. So thank you for letting me. The link doesn't work. Which link, Kim? What does Thumbnailer and Brilliance do? Oh, Dee Dee, Thumbnailer lets you see your embroidery designs as pictures. Yeah. Let's see. You just got here. Let's see what you got. Do I prefer my straight stitch machine to any of these? So the way I roll, Sandy, is each machine has a purpose, and it's got its, it's like the straight. So will the Luminaire do a straight stitch? Yes, it certainly will. Is it the best at doing the straight stitch? No, that's what this baby does. The third, this is the PQ 1500. They've got a new one out, the 1600. I did a side-by-side comparison of these two machines because they're phasing this out. So if you can find one of these, jump on it. You're going to save yourself a couple $100. But the only thing that I can tell is different on this machine between the 1500 and the 1600 is they put this little cap right here on the end is blue, and then it might be a little bit wider, maybe, but I don't know. I'd have to look at them side by side. Anyway, so that's the reason they make specialty machines, is because the machine is not only designed to do that, but it's designed to do that really, really, really well. So the straight stitch capabilities, the precision of the stitch that I get, and everything on this machine is far superior to what I can get on any of my other brother machines. It's what it's designed for. So, oh, Betsy's on the thumbs up. Her hair's on fire, y'all. She's all, give a thumbs up. Thank you so much, Betsy. I appreciate that. Yeah. So there, that's a reason that they make specialty machines, is because those machines are designed to do that one thing really, really well. And the accuracy of my piecing and my accuracy of putting on my bindings, because I bind by machine, just skyrocketed. Not just a little better, but a lot better when I got a piecing machine. And there's a reason that, you'll see Kim Jolly uses a straight stitch. Donna Jordan uses a straight stitch. They've got those Jukies, makes one. So, there's a reason for that. They're just really, really good machines at that. So anyway, oh, Harriet's going to McQueenie for the Handy Quilter event. That must be over at Fiberworks, right? Yeah. On the February mini quilt, did I use the SVG on the CD, or did I create my own in Brilliance? I created my own in Brilliance. Yeah. If you don't have embroidery software and you want to cut out those files, we had it, just like I mentioned yesterday, you want to just hoop a piece of stabilizer, okay, and run the placement line and stitch on the stabilizer, and then get in your scrap basket and cut yourself the SVG files. And you can make a couple of different sizes, but I recommend you're probably going to need a +2 on the increase of the size. So, but test it. Okay. There, Tina's got a straight stitch. Yeah, there are a great investment. If you're a quilt piecer, this straight stitch is an absolute fantastic investment. Okay. So on the thumbs up, ladies, you'd be surprised. It takes a minute to catch up. So it's okay. I noticed that by the end of the thing, within an hour, the numbers go way, way up. So the Juki TL18 is real close to this. Yeah, like almost they have the same stickers. Why are most battings so thin these days? Is poly the only thicker batting available? Batting is thin because companies aren't, in my opinion, this is my opinion, some companies are cutting corners. You want a good batting, you need to go check out Loft Supply, LOFT Supply. That's a husband-wife team. They're out of the Woodlands, which is just north of Houston, Texas. And they buy all of their batting from a mill in Fort Worth. So everything's USA. And hi, Marianne, made the live. Yay. So I've noticed the battings that I can buy at big box stores, almost to the point of having holes in them. Okay. But I buy the 100% cotton from Loft Supply, loftsupply.com. I've got a link to them below. It's not an affiliate link, but check them out. They like to go around and they sell to quilt shops quite a bit, but you can buy stuff on their website as well. I know these people. They're very, very nice. Did I cut my hearts +2? No, Francine, I did not. I cut them from the placement line. I created an SVG file in Brilliance. Yeah. Okay. Speaking of cutting things, y'all love that, the centering template I made and lots of suggestions. I did this manually, but you can make this on your SCANNCUT. So if you want to make a centering template, you can get a folder or a piece of cardboard or something and put it on your mat. So you create the inside square to the centering square. Then the reason this came up is because these little squares, the letters LOVE, needed to be centered to 3.5, cut to 3.5, centered. Yes. So you make a 3.5-inch square, and then you make another square on the outside of that. I just used an extra inch. You can make it as wide as you want. Okay. Okay. So you got some at the Quilt Festival from Loft Supply? Yeah, that's great, Allison. So yeah, make your own, right? Any size that you need. So these big squares have to be cut to 6.5, and you got to center this. So you would make it 6.5 on the inside square and then add another square around the outside. How do you split a very long pattern for 2 hoopings? So, let me see. You need a referral in San Antonio to get your mom's 1940s old black Singer serviced. Deb, would you shoot me an email, powertoolswiththread@outlook.com? I'll reach out and find somebody who can do that. I've got a guy in Seguin that can do that. He's got a quilt shop up in New Braunfels, and the name escapes me right now. One of y'all can help me out. Anyway, he services machines. He owns the quilt shop, but he services machines in his shop at his home in Seguin. So, okay. I get my labels from Dutch Label Shop, to answer your question. Okay, so where was I? What were we talking about? I just squirreled you guys. People. Oh, yesterday I have a video, Scotty Dog. I have a video on rolling a quilt sandwich using pool noodles. It's pretty cool. It's years and years old. Years and years old. Oh, we were talking about batting. Yeah. So, okay. So yesterday was my get on my new long arm day. I've got the King Quilter 2 from Sewing Machines Plus. And you guys, I got into the Pro Stitcher. And splitting a large design. Thank you. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. I'll go back to my long arm. A design. So unless you have a fancy machine that has designs that are inside of it that are designed to be split together. Okay. So the Luminaire, the Solaris, those machines have got long design quilting. Okay. Does the New Braunfels? Yes, he services all kinds of machines, Judy. Yes. So I've got him in my phone. Anyway. So unless a design is digitized to be split into 2, it's very, very difficult to do it for the average user. Okay. So when I did that truck, I split it at the back of the cab. And I did that using Brilliance Enthusiast, because Enthusiast has a way for you to be able to split designs. So you have to have some digitizing skills in order to be able to figure out where you'd want to split it and how you'd want to split it and all that. So that, people will buy like a really long 5x7 hoop and say, I'll just split the design and then this real tall will fit. That's not how that works. Designs have to be specifically digitized to be split. You'll be very disappointed and very frustrated. Okay. Yeah. Oh, so anyway, back to my long arm. So yesterday I was playing with Pro Stitcher, and I got to tell you guys, um, I, that is the easiest long arm software. If you make a boo boo, how to get back to fix it and have it look right. That is the easy. And I've had my share of software. I love it. I just love it. And I'm not saying that because I'm an ambassador for the King Quilter too. I'm telling you guys, I love that Pro Stitcher software. That is amazing. So you don't have a SCANNCUT, but you've learned to cut the applique with a silhouette using Embrilliance. Yes, yes. Embrilliance does work with studio files. Yes, it sure does. So what do you need digital instruction for, Pat? We talk about a lot of stuff here. I'll tell you YouTube right off the bat. So little time. That's it, Pam. Yeah, so little time up in New Braunfels, Texas. Reggie. It's all coming back because the sun's coming up and my brain's working. So Reggie, at so little time in New Braunfels, you can reach Deb. You can reach out to that shop, and she can take it up there, and or have somebody take it up there and whatnot. And then Reggie takes it to his home, and he's really, really, really good. He's an engineer. So anyway, yeah, that'll work. Reggie at so little time. He's really good. I've taken a lot of my machines to him until I got my big 10 needle. And I have a new guy who travels and he comes to my house because he only services 10 needles or big machines like this. He services giant machines. So now he'll, fiddle with my smaller machines if he's here, if something needs done. Oh, hey, look, Kathy, it's like Christmas. Look at that. Cleaning her sewing room while she's listening, she found a bunch of threads she forgot she bought. Yay! I did that the other day. It was awesome. Yeah, I did it too. Oh, you bought the needles from my Amazon. Yeah, they're from the Luminaire. Yeah, both of those will work. I have them both, and they will both work. You're good. Yeah, you're good now. You'll have needles. They'll outlast you, Betty. You're good. So little time in New Braunfels. That's the name of the shop. Thank you, Pam. Yeah. So, oh, you want to learn how to create designs. So, Pat, you're talking about learning how to digitize. I would tell you, if you're going to want to learn how to digitize, I would start with Hatch software. Hatch is probably your best bet. That's what most digitizers that are in the commercial world use, is they learn Hatch for some reason. So, and you got the black light too. Atta girl. So, well, good, Sharon. Do it. It's a game changer. I know, y'all. I get so many people that send me their first stitch outs of applique using Stitch Artist 2, and they're so excited, and they send me pictures, and we have a little yay, good for you. So there's a quilt party this weekend in Myrtle Beach. Nice. Love it. Judy, I hope you were using your scrap basket when you ran that. You always gotta. There you go. Kim's got that. John Deere has training. Yes, John Deere does a lot of great, and it's not the tractor company. It's an embroidery dude company. Yeah, they do really good. So, Avi, I don't change needles with every project. I change needles when they break. I just don't fiddle with them. So, I've been working on Candyland, like I told y'all. And yesterday I got, look how simple this is. I got 3 blocks sewn with my wolves. So when you click on your Embrilliance link, then navigate around the site, do I still get credit? Yes, ma'am, I do. Thank you for asking that. You got your Keith Ripper? Woo, good, Kim. And you got the PQ 1500 from my link. Good. You're going to love, yeah, Sue, you'll love that PQ 1500. So I did this guy and this guy and this guy yesterday. And so see, it was just 6 simple seams, you guys. So I know that fabric is gorgeous. I can't wait to finish it either. So today, even though, like I said, I've got my dental appointment, when we get finished here today, I probably won't even get out of this chair. I'm going to go ahead and sew 3 or 4 more. So I'm just going to do a couple every day, you know, and just get a little bit done at a time. I'll set my watch lady for like 15 minutes because I don't have long. But anyway, or I could do it right now. You just ordered the Valentine's kit from 2 Chicks. Oh, good, Candace. Yeah, you'll like that. So I'm working with them too to put a little table booth or something at our stitching retreat. You want to know when I'm going to get my USB back on my store, Nancy? They are on order. I'm very excited about that to come in. Yeah, or when they have a thumping sound, that's a good time to change your needles too, Linda. Yeah, that's great. Well, see, Anne, this is what I was getting at. Okay, here's what I was getting at. Looking at Amazon right now, they have the 1600. There's a $300 difference from the PQ 1500. I went to the brother.com website and I pulled up the papers on both of those machines. And unless the 1600 has a little bit wider throat, I cannot tell the difference between them. I can't. 1500 stitches per minute, 7 feet come with it, and a walking foot comes with it. You guys are right. When you emailed me and said the walking foot comes with it, and so it does have a walking foot. I think, I don't know how it could have. Anyway, I won't get into that. So, needle up, needle down, pin, feed dogs. I don't know the difference. So that's what I'm saying. If you want to get a straight stitch machine, jump on it right now and get the 1500 before they're all gone, because there's only a few left. So, okay. Have I ever had a design to miss stitch when it stitches out? Heck yeah. Of course I have. I showed you guys my little bird yesterday. This was a huge fail. This gentleman bird, look at that. See that satin stitching right there on the end? And look at all the fabric underneath. And you can really see it here on the tail. And then it didn't catch the wing. I don't think I had the hoop completely in the machine when it started doing all that. I had pulled it to do a trim around some applique. And when I put it back in, fail. Big fail. Had to make it again. The dogs have already been out, Dave. I think, Jan, I think that's what it was. And you can't see it here because I tried to salvage it and color it in along the top. There was a whole bunch of white right here up above this top detail feather. That was just white fabric. You could see it. It was bad. Hot mess. Fail. Big fail. On the Dime Monster Snap Hoop that I stitched this in, then when you pull it out, it's got 2 little pins in the multi-needle. It's got to pop in. And if it's not sitting in it and have it snap, I always do it on the right side too. I don't snap it in. I color stuff in all the time. Yeah. So so yes, I have fails all the time, you guys. Usually user error. So, but today, well, not today. Not tomorrow. We're leaving for the coast tomorrow. I've got to get the binding on this little quilt that I put on my long arm to give it a try. So, no, it wasn't the design. It was user error, Tina. Yeah, absolutely. Happens all the time. My coffee got cold. So I was going to do some more stitching here and get these little blocks going if you guys don't mind. Yeah, Becky has baby lock. Is that what you call it? Okay. Well, they're made in the same factory in Taiwan. Same factory. Yep. You need tips on a dime hoop? What do you need, Carol? Let me see here. Oh, good. You're welcome. Delia, that's great. Yeah. I linked that video below almost all of my videos right underneath. You made the Asagale pattern. Yeah. Good. Hi, Lori. You made it. Good for you. I love dime. Oh, hooping it better. The trick is to make sure you've got enough around the outsides. Okay. Put the stabilizer on it. And if you've got fabric and you're not going to float the fabric, put the fabric on it and then lay that corrugated plastic on top of it about halfway. Then put the top hoop on and then pull the corrugated plastic out. Give that method a try and see if that doesn't help. Okay. Well, happy birthday, Rhonda. You're in a Club 60. Woo! Welcome, welcome. It's good. Happy birthday. That's wonderful. So this little piece, I've got a hummingbird and a roadrunner. I love me some roadrunners. Got my little roadrunner on this piece right here. This is Land of Enchantment. It's a motif fabric. So I'm going to be stitching that on this. This is what I'm making the Candyland. I want to show you guys a stitching technique. I've shown you before, but we got newbies. Okay. Let me show you guys how I do this. I learned this technique from Janet Prey from Islander Sewing Systems. So in industry, they don't use pins because they don't have time in the garment industry. And so what you do is after you get your pieces started, you've got a long, let's say like you're doing binding strips or something like that. Put your ends together and get them right, just like that. So, the two colors are together right on the end. And then you put your thumb under and your fingers on top and you roll it. And that prevents the bottom fabric from being pulled through the feed dog by the feed dogs faster than the top. In theory. Well, in theory. That was pretty close. Almost got that pretty close. But let's see. I'm going to do this guy this way. You can pin it if you don't want to take the time. Once you practice at it, you'll get good at doing that, and then you won't have that little bit extra. Yeah, that one's better. See, you don't have that extra on top. That's how you can do that without having to use pins. Your dealer says Baby Lock has a better warranty than Brother? Really? That's interesting. Okay. Is your dealer a Baby Lock dealer? I tell you guys, check with both dealers. I'm just gonna tell y'all, okay, if you're back and forth, okay, if you want to get a Solaris and you're looking at the Luminaire and they look like they're identical, they kind of are. Their cases are different colors, okay, but the brains are put together in the same factory. We've got designs for Baby Lock over here and designs for Brother over here. They come together. They go down the assembly line, they get the same thing, and then they get put into different cases and put in different boxes. Okay. So this is what I've been told. So, there are people who just prefer to buy a GMC instead of a Chevy. That's fine. Nothing wrong with that. But if you've got a brother dealer and a Baby Lock dealer near each other, give them a call and ask them. Talk to the dealers and find out. Oh, you sell both? Laura says. Baby Lock is 1 year for all. You sell both. Okay. Yep. Service is key. Absolutely. Both are, yep. They're not made in Vietnam, Barbara. I think they're made in Taiwan. The tape on the bed of my machine is called diagonal seam tape. Very handy. It's from Cluck Cluck Sew. Okay, so this guy looks good. Pretty happy with this. I got to iron him out. Looks good. I mentioned I had a binding foot. No, it is not comparable. I'm not going to recommend. There's been too many people who've been unable to get this binding foot. It's not a binding foot. It's a stitch in the ditch foot. This is it. Yeah, give the machines a test drive. I'm not going to tell you guys which one to buy. I'm a brother baby. Okay. I'm just going to say that out loud. So this one has a dual suspension on the foot. And it's great. It's for a straight stitch machine. I can get it to work on my Luminaire. Some people cannot get it to work on theirs. So it is for a high shank machine, but it is designed for these industrial straight stitch machines. Okay. I've had a lot of people tell me they play with it and on their Luminaire or whatever, and it doesn't work. So I'm not going to recommend that you buy those and give it a try. Sorry. Can't do it. You guys, unless you're a dealer, unless you are a dealer of both machines, you guys take everything you read on here with a grain of salt. Because if customers have been told something by a dealer, they're just parroting what they heard from that dealer. Okay. If you are a dealer, then, and you want to say something in the chat and say, here's the differences between these machines, then please identify yourself as a dealer so that because in my opinion, I've stitched on both. I don't see a difference in the quality of working day to day. I have not experienced any problem with brother warranty. I've never had to use it because they're great machines. But anyway, so no, brother is less expensive than Baby Lock. Yes. And brother's really upping their game with its compatibility with the SCANNCUT and Art Spira and all of that. So they're kind of changing up things in their engineering, and I'm really loving what they're doing. So you do not have a SCANNCUT. You do have Stitch Artist 2. How do you create appliques without starting with the SCANNCUT? That's a good question. You need to be able to convert an image into a vector graphic. And you can do that without the SCANNCUT. You can scan in a paper applique pattern on your printer. Okay. Get the image up in front of you on your computer screen. And then you need to use a piece of software, whether it's Photoshop or Adobe Illustrator or GIMP. GIMP is free, and it's a lot like Photoshop. It's free. You can use GIMP, and you need to be able to take the drawing tools and draw the outline of the shape, whatever it is that you want, and then save it as an SVG. You can import the SVG, that's a vector graphic. You can import that into Brilliant Stitch Artist 2 to create your applique design. That's the only way to do that. There used to be a shop up in Montana somewhere. Was it Montana or Wyoming? They just closed. It was called All Around Quilts. And what they would do is they would take the a paper applique pattern. Most of the quilts in their shop were appliques. And they had a lady, she had Adobe Illustrator. She would take a picture of the paper applique pattern with her phone, upload it to the cloud, and then in the cloud, go in there and use Adobe Illustrator. She got really good at it too. She got to where she could do big patterns, just click, 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 and then bink, and it was done. And she was making these graphic designs, and she'd save them as a cut file and then sent them wirelessly over to another computer. And that computer was connected to two ginormous big, like Glowforge cutting machines, laser cutters. So then that machine, and it would sit there and cut out all the leaves and all that with the paper already on it. I watched the whole process. It was fascinating. And then they'd take all those pre-cut pieces and pop them into the kit with the fabric and sell it at a higher price because your pieces are already there and they're already cut. So it can be done. Now, if you're going to go to the expense of buying Adobe Illustrator, well, you can't buy Adobe Illustrator. You've got to get their monthly subscription in order to use that, okay? Because they're not a purchase anymore. So you could get GIMP, which is free. There's a learning curve to all of this. You cannot scan your printer scanner into Photoshop or Illustrator. It doesn't work, Deb. It doesn't work. You can pull the picture up, but you cannot then save it as an SVG. You have to take their tools, their little magic wand or their drawing tool or whatever, and go around those shapes and create the SVG. You cannot, most printers do not have the capability to scan an image and then convert that to an SVG file. You can save it to PDF. You can save it to whatever, okay? But you've got to be able to get that image converted into a cut file. And there's certain pieces of software for that, right? So if you want to use Adobe Illustrator or Photoshop or something like that, I would recommend just get yourself a SCANNCUT. It's just easier, right? So converting to SVG in Illustrator, yes, you can do that. Yeah, right. So again, there's a learning curve to Illustrator. There is. You're going to have to sit and watch some YouTube videos on how to do that and get that all done. But it can be done. It can be done. You don't have to have a cutting machine. Let's say you've got a Cricut or a Silhouette, and now they have software in their cloud. They have the ability in their cloud. You've got to print a calibration page and then take a picture of that with your phone, and then take a picture of the applique pattern and then upload that to their cloud, and their cloud can convert to SVG. Sometimes there's a way. I don't know how it's done, but I've heard it can. Okay. So yes, the Stellaire has the app for that. Yes, they do. The problem with that, well, the Stellaire is a brother product. You might be able to send it from the Stellaire to the SCANNCUT. Yeah. But if you've got, this is not what we're talking about though. She's talking about, I don't have a SCANNCUT. How can I make the vector graphic? But if you've got this idea that you can just scan in an image into your printer, and you can't do that, it will not save to a vector graphic. Just get the SCANNCUT and make your life easy. If budget is an issue, get yourself the SDX 85. It's going to work for you just fine. Okay. Yeah, Kim, it should work. If it's got a little bend in it, if the bend is, she received a 12 by 24 mat and it's got a little bend in it. As long as the little black dots across the top are good, you should be fine, because that's what it reads when it pulls it in. Do you need Stitch Artist 2 to use the SCANNCUT? No, ma'am. They are two separate. One's an embroidery software, one's a cutting machine. They do not talk to one another at all. So, yeah, that Stellaire doesn't have a camera. I know, Marlene. I mean, it's a great machine. You just have to take a picture with that little iPhone that they gave you. That little, what's iPod? Yeah. So I think that is a common misnomer that people think that you can just run your. I've got the sun coming in here and putting little marks through my window blinds. That you can just scan in a paper pattern into your printer. That doesn't work. So, but if you're willing to take the time to download GIMP and get savvy with GIMP, you can do it for free. You could use a hair dryer on it, maybe. Yeah. Straighten out that bend. I got to get this sewn on. The new upgrade has 2-point positioning. Upgrade to what, Laura? What upgrade are you talking about on what? I used that drag and drop feature on Pro Stitcher yesterday to advance my rows. Love that. It's awesome. Let me see here. You tried using the scanner, it'll make a JPEG and then the size is not right, blah, blah, blah. Yes, exactly. Yeah, I know, guys. I know. Believe me, y'all, I'm cheap. If I tried everything to get this to work. Oh, the Stellair 2, XJ2. Good. Yeah. They did. That's a nice upgrade on that. Yes. That's the green with this. Okay. I did. I tried everything. I was like, oh, I can just scan this in my printer and then I can turn that. No, that doesn't work like that. That's not how that works. And another one. I'm going to get these done this morning. Yeah, Inkscape is another one, Debbie. Yes, Inkscape also works just like Illustrator. That's a freebie version of Illustrator. GIMP is a freebie version of Photoshop. So you can use Inkscape. Time is money. That's true. That's absolutely true. I know. And it's, again, it has a learning curve as well. So you guys are, it's all about what, and if you're not computer savvy, give it a try. It's free. Download Inkscape, start playing around with it, and then go get a SCANNCUT. And I really like the SCANNCUT because I can scan in Lori Holt's simple shapes and run those through, and it just makes the design file right away. So that's handy too. So it does more than a paper pattern, Plus being able to scan in the mat with all your little fabric pieces on it and being able to get them placed exactly right to have them cut correctly. That's great. So on that gnome bench pillow with the truck, I did cut the truck in all one piece, and I sewed the back end of the truck first, I think. I can't remember, but I sewed the back end of the truck, and then I sewed the front end of the truck down. So, and it did work, but it was hairy. Yeah, there's a lot of good videos. Yeah, it works great. Oh, Wendy works in it. She says a big learning curve for Inkscape. It can be done. Some of you are savvy with that. Some of you are like, I don't know. My dentist is like blowing up my phone. So don't forget you got an appointment today. They've been texting me for 3 days. I know I got an appointment. It's just a checkup. So Inkscape has split designs. Okay. That's good. That's just something I just do not have time for, y'all. I used to play in Photoshop all the time. I was doing web design and whatnot. Used it a lot in the commercial world when I was a contractor. I just don't even want to fiddle with it. I understand it. I know how it works. I just don't have time. I'd rather do this. Sit here and sew, right? We need to get an applique project set up so we can do something together. Yeah, Scotty Dog knows. Magna Glide versus Finesse Thread and Bobbins. Allison, I don't have an opinion on that. Y'all may be able to answer her. Do I do anything with Embird? I do not. No, I use Embrilliance. I don't do anything with Embird. I've looked at it. It's okay. I just prefer Embrilliance. It's good software. The thing about software, you guys, is once you find something that your brain clicks with and it works for you, stick with it. Okay. Don't use one. Just don't switch around because somebody else is using it. So is it 8 o'clock? It's 8 o'clock. Time to go. Yay. All right, you guys, our hour is up. We had a lot of good chat today. I enjoy having coffee with you too. So I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. We're leaving for the coast, and I do plan on doing a live Friday morning at the coast, and I'll be working at my Quattro down there. So anyway, all right, y'all. You guys have a great day. I love y'all. Thank you for spending your time with me. I know your time is valuable, and you could be doing anything else, but this has been a lot of fun. So if you haven't already, please subscribe and hit the thumbs up. It's great for me. It's great for other people to learn about all of this. Okay. So we will talk to you soon. Have a great day. Go sew something. Bye.